Welcome to the Smoky Hill River Festival press briefing. Yay! I love that you all are as enthusiastic about the event as we are. We're going to start today with a quick video before we get into all the details. Don't miss this summer's epic arts party at the Smoky Hill River Festival in Salina, Kansas. Oakdale Park will be filled with 300 visual artists and performers from across the nation. Every hour features excellent music, roving performances, free crafts for kids, and scrumptious food from 35 vendors. Kick off summertime at the Midwest's finest arts festival. There you go. No, we are so excited to be here. I'm Anna Pauscha-Morowitz. I'm the Operations and Development Manager for Salina Arts and Humanities, and it is my pleasure to help coordinate and produce the Smoky Hill River Festival. For the last 14 months, our staff and committees have been working tirelessly to prepare for the 48th annual Epic Arts Party. Today, we are delighted to share some highlights of what is new this year at the festival. You'll hear from our staff and a few partners and get up to speed on what you can expect in Oakdale Park this June. As of 8 a.m. this morning, our website, riverfestival.com, is updated with entertainers, visual artists, food, and other details of the event. And here's a preview of that site. Keep your eyes out for a few additions as we get a little bit closer to June. The ever-popular Festival Medallion Quest, sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield, is going to kick off at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, May 15th, on the front steps of the Smoky Hill Museum. Our Arts and Humanities Commissioners will reveal the first clue for the $3,000 prize package, and after that, twice daily clues will be released at 7:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. until the medallion is found. May the medallion quest be ever in your favor. Next, I would like to introduce Rick Hansen, who's here to share about the SM Hansen Festival Jam.
Thanks, Anna. Good morning. There's Festival Jam. That's a great image. That's the image that we all see every year. This is our 38th annual. We missed the COVID year, so we're coming up on almost 40 years of Festival Jam. My dad, Steve Hansen, and I created that Festival Jam, and the intention is to give a lot of people an opportunity to be up on the stage for a short bit of time and play in front of a large crowd. This year we've got 26 bands that have submitted information to date. Most of them are located in Kansas. I have applications from a band in Plano, Texas that's traveling through, a band from northern Colorado that's traveling through, and a band from Ponca City, Oklahoma. I don't know if all schedules will mesh because they get that 12-minute slot and that's how it works. Of the 26 so far, we've got 12 new bands. So my goal is to try and have 50% return and 50% new. So we'll work on that. The descriptions that we have so far from the bands, progressive bluegrass, Americana, grunge, red dirt country, skate, party, pop, punk, Midwest rock, hair metal, heavy metal, alt country, folk, and classic rock. What we're missing is jazz, hip-hop, funk, soul, R&B, a progressive rock string quartet, and maybe Taylor Swift. So we still have time. We've got about a week and a half before submissions are required in as the deadline. That is April 19th. So if you know of a band that maybe fills some of these spots that I mentioned, please have them contact us at festivaljam@smhansenmusic.com. We do have an invitation spot. That's something we started new last year, a 5:45 spot, so we started a little earlier. And that will not be any of the bands that have submitted. I'm going to go out and find somebody that gets a chance to be up on stage. Okay? And we'll release the final results and the schedule on May 6th. Okay? So we look forward to having another great year. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce Lisa Berry for the Smoky Hill River Run.
Good morning, everyone. Salina Regional Health Center is excited to once again be part of the River Festival, and we will be hosting the 43rd annual Smoky Hill River Run in Oakdale Park. Each year we try to bring new, exciting things to the event and to the community to help promote wellness and just a healthy lifestyle in the community. Brandon Martinez, the Salina Regional Health Center's Population Health and Wellness Manager, does a great job of finding new things and incorporating them into the race. So this year we will be having Viridian Behavioral Health as part of the race with us, along with a work in progress, which is one of the local yoga studios here in town. So we're excited to have them join us. We will have bouncy houses again from Bounceroos there for the kids. And it would not be race morning without Color Me Crazy doing some face painting. And this year they're also bringing a selfie studio for the kids, or a selfie booth. So that'll be something fun for the kids to also participate in this year. We want to give a huge shout out to Manhattan Running Company. They do a great job every year helping us set up the website with registration, making sure the timing is accurate during the races for our participants. Also to Vibe and Nutrition, they will be there again this year with the Herbalife teas. Crown Distributors will be there. Planet Fitness will also be there, along with Adventures in Pet Sitting, and the YMCA is also joining us this year, so we're excited to have them as part of the race also. Messenger Clothing, also huge shout out. They do a great job helping us with all of our runners and volunteer t-shirts. And then also to Salina Regional Health Center Food Service. They will be providing breakfast again for all the participants this year. So new exciting this year that we're adding is we are partnering with Big Brothers Big Sisters. So we have added a couch potato entry to the race this year. So if someone doesn't want to actually run or do the walk, they can register as a couch potato, still get the t-shirt, but then that registration will go to sponsor a big and a little in whatever race they want to choose to do together. So we're excited to have them as part of the race with us this year. So packet pickup will be again on Friday from 7 a.m. We're starting a little earlier this year to 6 p.m. in the north parking lot of the old Salina Journal building. And then also online registration is already open. So you can find the link on srhc.com/riverrun. Also on Facebook, on our Smoky Hill River Run Facebook page, takes you directly to the link. Or we have QR codes, posters, brochures out all over town already. So you can just scan the code on your phone and get your registration done right then. So yeah, we are looking forward to another fun-filled morning and hope for a great crowd.
Yay. Thank you. Sarah Keck, our entertainment coordinator.
Yay! Hello. I'm excited to be sharing about this year's entertainment lineup. Each day of the festival this year is going to feature its own vibe, and we're going to be adding a large number of new artists to join our returning fan favorites. On Friday, you're going to get to catch several new bands, including an indie rock group that's originally out of Denver, now based out of Nashville, called Wilderness. Pretend Friend is a bluegrass band that attendees will only be able to catch on Friday. And the Cordovas, whose sound embraces a mix of classic Americana and country rock. We'll be going back to the 60s and 70s on Friday night at the Eric Stein stage. We're going to be kicking it off with the Draper Family Band, who's going to be playing new music from their recently released album. And they're going to be followed by the Freedom Affair, which is a Kansas City band returning from 2023. The Friday night headliner will be Monophonics, based out of San Francisco, California. Their signature style is a mix of heavy soul and warm textures of psychedelic rock. This is a band that revels in the past, and they're going to take you back to those stylings of the late 60s, early 70s. Some in the community may recognize the name of the band leader, Kelly Finnegan. Kelly Finnegan is the son of Mike Finnegan of the Mike Finnegan School of Music at the Stiefel Theater. And we're very excited to get to welcome the Monophonics back to Kansas. On Saturday, attendees are going to get to enjoy the Boots and Roots Day at Festival, including artists like Zach Meadows, who is a country artist, originally from Florida, lived in the Carolinas, and now settled in Nashville. We're also going to have Scott Mulvihill, who is making a very unique mark on the intersecting worlds of Americana, folk, jazz, rock and roll, and roots music. He's a frontman singer-songwriter that is going to bring the string bass to the front of the ensemble in a very innovative way. The Superphonicos are from Austin, Texas, and they're going to be playing Afro-Colombian funk music fed by the indigenous and African roots of the band's Colombian heritage. Saturday night headliner is going to be another artist based out of Nashville, but he's originally from Del Rio, Texas, named William Beckman. Beckman is an artist that was raised on classic country, but he also heard a lot of mariachi and norteño music from the northern Mexico area. He has a fresh blend of classic country, Americana, and Latin music, but he's a timeless sound, and he's got a very old soul maturity that is very opposite of his youth. In addition to making his Grand Ole Opry debut this past year, he spent the last year supporting acts like Parker McCollum, the Randy Rogers Band, Wade Bowen on tour, as well as selling out some of his own headline shows. And then on Sunday, we're going to be featuring 7 Sunday-only performances that will also be the last opportunity to catch bands like Zach Meadows and the Cordovas. It'll also be the last chance to see some of the Artie stage performances that we have going this year. We're going to have a brand new show by the family favorite Duke Otherwise, and we're also going to be welcoming back Jason Devad, the Circus Man. Some of you may remember the roving artists from 2023, the Flint Hills Fairies. They're not only going to be returning, but they're going to be adding a stage show this year that's sure to be a very fun adventure. The closing act on Sunday is going to be Papa Green Shoes, and this band is a high-energy 4-piece band based out of Springfield, Missouri. Their music is rooted in modern blues with touches of soul, funk, and rock. This is a band where all 4 members are skilled soloists as well as lead vocalists in the band. They were last at the festival in 2019 and have become one of the most requested groups for the community to see again in recent years. We're excited to not only have them return to Salina, but feature them as the closing act for the 2024 festival. Be sure to visit the website to see the roster as we continue to add more information throughout the month and to see the full schedule of performances. If you'd like to get festival going early, be sure to check out our Spotify playlist titled 2024 Smoky Hill River Festival to get an idea of some of the sounds that you're going to get to hear throughout the park over the weekend. And now we'll get to hear about visual arts from Crystal Hammerschmidt.
Thanks, Sarah. I don't really ever get to enjoy all those things that you listed, but I think it's going to be fun for everybody else. So, it's exciting the second year around, so thank you guys all for being here. I've only got about 12 pages to get through, so just bear with me. I'm going to kick it off with the art show. Of course, we have a ton of artists every year on both east and west sides of the park, kind of flanking stage 2. So we have over 125 visual artists this year. And as a reminder, it's just a unique time of year to go and get something that's really special, unique, and handmade, and a great way to connect with those artists and kind of talk about their process. You get to see that in the craft art demonstration hut over by Stein Stage, but artists really enjoy engaging and talking about that. We have artists from 23 states and 58 new artists, so I was really excited to see a bunch of new applications coming in, new people joining us this year. But of course, we have some of the fan favorites, and we have return merit winners from last year, so make sure to hit both of those sides of the art show. Again, craft demo over by Stein Stage. We have 5 returning artists, a few of those were new from last year, and we have 2 new artists joining us this year in craft demo. Eleanor Carlson, who is she does fine gemstones and jewelry work, and Liz Bonney, she's a fiber artist. So again, we've got new folks coming in, so make sure to move around the event and see all those new artists. I want to talk a little bit about the art patron program. So anybody who is purchasing art is an art patron. But we have a program that continues to grow, and any of you who have been, especially last year, probably noticed that program is growing because our Thursday night patron party event, it was pretty packed to the gills over in Riverside. So we're moving back to stage 2 in response to that growing program. And that event is just a part of joining that program. You can simply go to our website and sign up to be an art patron, and you have till May 31st to do that. That includes tickets to our Thursday night patron program party. It's catered by Yaya's, Crown Distributors, and Blue Sky Brewery. So we have good eats and good drinks, and you get to mingle with the artists, get to know them before the weekend kicks off. That's also a chance for our artists to really talk to each other. They're in their booths and they're super busy over the weekend, so it's a nice social event to kick off. You have access to the VIP tent to check your art, get light refreshments over the weekend, just a place to kind of hang out, and also just another way to engage with the artist. This program's really important to us. Our artists will come back. They love our hospitality here, so all of you really are a part of that, our committee members and volunteers. We just really level up for the artists. So that program hugely reflects our kind of investment to those folks who show up every year. Our festival print over here, this is one of our featured artists for the festival, Lori Stanziola. She is a Kansas City-based artist. I'd say this is probably the nerdiest part of my job as a printmaker. I love getting to commission this piece. She is a relief printmaker, so there's 5 or 6 layers in this print, and I really encourage you guys to get close and take a look. She really embodied the festival. Title is Festival Flow. So she's got the tents, the river, and the music in there. She will be on the east side of the artist show. This will be her first year joining us at the festival, so I'm really excited for Lori to join us. Again, she'll be over on the east side. So for anybody who donates $100 or more to festival, they have the availability to come pick up a print, and you can pick those up here in the office. I don't know what day we stop doing prints up until festival, probably Monday. I
think it's that Monday.
was like, I don't want to
Yeah.
quote wrong. So that Monday before festival, if you want to get your print, but we also have them available after in the office and at headquarters on site. Our festival t-shirts, you guys can see, staff is wearing them. Those should be available soon. The design this year was by Nick Perry. He is a Topeka artist and was at our festival last year and will be joining us again and back on the east side. So you can certainly grab his design and get a t-shirt this year, and also visit his booth and see some of his other artwork. I don't really have 12 pages, I'm almost there. Again, we have a bunch of new artists, and every year we have over 20 art installations. We have a good grouping of new works coming this year. We have 3 live paintings. Well, technically 4. We have our riverbank mural that happens. We have Cody Sanders he has a tattoo shop here in town, so he'll be painting a whole stretch of panels, and that'll be in the same place, kind of over by Food Row. You probably won't miss it. Live painting by Evan Brown, Doodle Dude. If you were lucky enough to catch one of those dragonflies last year for our scavenger hunt, those were done by Evan Brown. So he will actually be on site with us this year, so you'll get to see him working. And then, like, a fan favorite, Scribe will be back, and he'll be over by headquarters doing one of his big panels. You can see his work down the hallway here. So 4 different live painting events that you can see evolve over the weekend, which is pretty exciting. We have a new artist, Tamara Gonzalez. She's coming to do some crazy cool crochet. So we typically have our tree wraps all over, but there's going to be a special one that Tamara has done, so you might look for that over by that stage 2 area. And she's creating this really fun and funky giant teapot and sort of a tea party, so you won't be able to miss that either. You might kind of feel like Alice in Wonderland by her teapot this year. TJ, he's just such a wonderful energy for all of us, and you've seen his creation zipping around on golf carts. He is returning again this year with his energy, but also he's going to be creating a big snake that may move around the park every day. So don't be surprised if you see it parked in a new spot, just kind of creeping around. We have henna tattoos coming back this year through Veronica's Veil. So we've done that before, but with a new group. So look for that probably over by Food Row and sort of the West Side Art Show. Lots of ways to engage with these art installations. Some of our returning artists are expanding their projects, and there are ways that you can actually get your hands on with the Community Weaving Project, Mike Miller's Bridge, that of course he is adding a new audio element. So don't forget, those folks who are coming back are always expanding and trying something a little bit new in the festival. Oh, and this, I've been so excited about this, but I apologize, it wasn't in our press briefing. This tiny art machine. So this art machine is going to feature artists who are in the festival, primarily those art installation folks who you get to see their works, but you don't get to purchase their works. So it's going to be a surprise. You won't know what you're getting, but it's going to be affordable art. So this is another way we can make art for all, and it's really accessible. So that'll be on grounds, and when it's sold out, it's sold out. So I hope you guys find it before they're all gone. And then we get to Sunday. We are doing a scavenger hunt again this year. And we had a lot of success last year. We only did 100 on Sunday, so we have ramped up to 275. And these are our round two-its. So these are made by Vaughn Evans. He is one of our demonstration artists. He was new last year, and he's coming back. So he has handmade all of these. And you guys are welcome when we get finished up to feel these. They're really great in your hands. So Sunday, these will be distributed throughout the park. Once you get them, it's yours to have, and it's just a chance to get around to it. And you know, that Sunday, if you haven't got around to getting your favorite food item or purchasing that last piece of artwork or seeing that band, you have a lot of chances to get around to it. So after you've found yours, make sure to go visit Vaughn at Craft Demo, and just keep this in your pocket. It might be a reminder to get around to the groceries or whatever you need to do. So a nice little visual thing. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Next up is our favorite part of the festival, Susan Everwine with Artie
They're also muted. I don't understand it. I have the best part of the festival, and it is Artiopolis. It is a festival in a festival for us, and the children love it, the families love it. I'm going to talk about 3 areas today: Paint Shoe Plaza, Creation Crossing, and Game Street. And I'm going to start with Paint Shoe Plaza. So Color Me Crazy is joining us also again this year, but they have designed airbrushed fast faces for us. So our lines will move faster, but we will still maintain, that high quality that we've come to know and appreciate. We are going to move the weaving looms over to Paint Shoe Plaza with Color Me Crazy, and people will be able to experience weaving on large looms. We will also have a TV monitor hanging from Paint Shoe Plaza this year that will showcase all of the things going on throughout the year, or throughout the weekend, throughout the year. And then under the Big Tent of Creation Crossing, where all of our creative juices flow, we are going to have 3 new craft projects. We have a beautiful butterfly. We have weaving rings that are a small scale part of the weaving experience, and visors this year. We are also expanding our Game Street area. You may recall from last year we put up new facades and they're beautiful. Now we're going to expand the games that we have to offer. You'll be able to challenge your friends and family to cornhole, ring toss, and ladder ball, in addition to the games that we already have. Now, Amanda and Myra to talk about, we could rename this to the Food Festival.
Yeah. I think the food is the best part. Good morning. We are super excited to be here. Myra Mota is our new accounting tech, and she is taking over food for this year, and I'm just here to assist, but she's going to kind of kick us off a little bit.
Hi, how's everybody doing today? Like you said, my name is Myra Mota, and I'm very excited to be here. So I have the privilege of overseeing the food piece of the festival. So she'll be showing me, Amanda will be showing me the ins and outs and kind of showing me the ropes, guiding me as I transition into this role. So as we're going through the food, getting closer, kind of looking at the vendors, new vendors, and old-time favorites, I get to the part where does the food tasting start, you know? That has to be the perk of, overseeing the food piece. So I'm excited about some new things that are coming in as far as the food. Just to mention a couple, we have the fruit pizza from Honey Rouge, which is fresh. I kind of have a sweet tooth, so I'm excited to try it. Also, the dulce de leche churros and the churrasco fries and Brazilian bread from Brazita Bites. But I just want to take this time to say that I'm very grateful. I'm excited to take part of the behind the scenes festival, a celebration that brings people together, the community as one, where so many lives are touched through art, music, and food. And I feel really excited and privileged to be part of what makes great memories for that last a lifetime. So, thank you.
I'm just going to touch on a couple more. We have 6 new vendors this year. One that does all German food, one that does all Brazilian food. We have, as Myra said, the fruit pizza, which I'm really excited about. We also have Mama C's meat and sweet pies. She'll have meat ham pies and peanut butter pies and different things like that. So that is going to be really fun. But we are super excited to have everybody join us, and the food's going to be some good stuff this year. And now I'm going to pass it off to Anna, and she's going to talk about our volunteers.
Thank you. This is all sounding so incredible. So a couple, and this is some of the administrative stuff, but you got to know it to get to the park. Admission to the River Festival is by weekend wristband. It is $15 in advance, $20 at the gate. In advance, those wristbands are going to be available at many local locations as well as retail cities, and they will be on sale starting May 1st. You can also get a daily wristband for $10 during the festival. Those will only be sold at the gate. Children 11 and under still get in free. T-shirts will be available soon for purchase here at Salina Arts and Humanities. Adult crew necks and tanks are $15, and youth T-shirts are $10. The festival also relies on over 2,000 volunteers each year. Volunteers can help in Artiopolis. They can help in artist hospitality, technical areas, at the gates, and more. You can learn more about these opportunities on our website, and there's also a link to sign up on the website. I encourage you, if you have never volunteered before, it's an incredible experience to get behind the scenes and give back to the community through the work at the festival. To close us out, I would like to pass this on to Brad Anderson, the Executive Director of Salina Arts and Humanities.
Thanks, Anna, the staff, and for everyone who's here today. It's been a great turnout, and it's wonderful to see so many representatives of our community. As I just hit a couple of highlights that don't have to do with specific programs, but the importance of this event. The commercial talked about the Midwest Premier Arts Festival. I know when I first started about 13 years ago, one of the things I spent some time out in the public doing, and for those of you that are newer to Salina and or your sponsorships and support of this event, having traveled around the country as an artist, and some of our staff gets a chance to do that as well, to see other shows and other events and how it's done. Please don't take for granted the uniqueness of what this experience is, because we set a high bar in terms of service to the artists, attention to detail, the magic that happens when you cross that bridge, and the rest of the troubles of the world kind of just melt away. And when you're in that moment, that's all you are, is in that moment. And that can't happen without all of you who are sitting here and the hundreds of others, individuals and sponsors who help underwrite this and make it happen. The energy that comes with the To It search is in partnership with Be Wealth. The work of Salina Regional, and not only with the race, but also securing 120 of those volunteers that we need on Saturday, all day long in Artiopolis, best place ever. Oh, and by the way, I'm glad that this is being filmed. because I just found out with the level of enthusiasm that Susan has, we probably don't need to pay her anymore. And so we'll have a little extra money in the budget to be able to do some other fun stuff in the future because she just moved to a high-functioning volunteer status. And thank you for your enthusiasm. Kansas Wesleyan University is responsible for the coordination of about 120 to 140 volunteers for the gates. Our staff works with about 20 committees, and each of those committees are responsible for leveraging additional volunteers by the time it's all done. If we didn't have that level of detail and community participation in human resources, we wouldn't be able to provide the level of service. The community wouldn't be able to make the impression, the positive impression and first impressions that happen without that. Without the financial support from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas and from some of our other financial sponsors for specific events, we just couldn't do it. 1/3 of the revenue necessary to produce this every year comes from private donations. And the city of Salina, with all of its various departments, provides tremendous support as well. So then we have about $150,000 each year in-kind support from the community in products and services and other things. There are music festivals in Colorado that you might hear 20% of what you can hear in the weekend that is $50 to $75 for a one-day ticket. You know? And 3 days at $15 is a heck of a deal, or one day for 10. We couldn't do that without those partnerships. Wristbands have already been mentioned, but there's 40% of the revenue for wristbands, or 40% of the budget for the festival comes from wristband sales. Those are really important to us, and we encourage people to buy, to gift them, to not share them, to just come and enjoy, but know that every single person who purchases a wristband helps with the success and the continuation of this event. A couple of other quick mentions that we're trying to get the word out a little bit better about some things we've quietly done or that we have diligently done, again with community partners for years, but we still think there's some lack of awareness. One of those programs is called Festival Families First. We recognize that there may be folks who are on very limited budgets in the community who can't afford, that a family of four, 2 teenagers and 2 parents spending $60 to be able to come to the festival for multiple days can be a stretch. So through the generosity of some foundations and businesses locally, we have a program called Festival Families First, and utilizing nonprofits in town that provide service to families in need, and also by contacting our office. If someone can't afford to attend due to financial constraints, we'll allow them to keep their dignity. There's no formal application process. They can work with the existing resources or just let us know, and we'll supply them with those wristbands to be able to get in, or a coupon to get a wristband at the gate for the weekend. It's called Festival Families First. That information is on our website, and or contact the office. The back of the room, there are press packets. So if you want printed details of all the information that's there, or if you want to talk to Amanda about having electronic copies sent your way, we'll be happy to do that. Lastly, and in no particular order, but just as another reminder, in addition to the patron program that Crystal was talking about for all the big people, there's one for kids. And on Saturday morning, if you haven't had the joy of standing over kind of by the West Side Art Show and the Mulberry Bridge and watching hundreds of people like it's a festival seating concert with no reserved seats, stampeding to see the Rolling Stones. That is kind of the equivalent of what kids and families will do to run to First Treasures. First Treasures is a tent where the generosity of the exhibiting artists, many of them, we might have anywhere from 500 to 700 works of their art in that tent for kids to buy from $1 to $5, and they don't get to bring their parents with them. Parents don't get to select, the kids get to make the decision. Again, a volunteer group helps curate that experience for those kids, and they get to make their first purchase. After 24 or 5 years of doing this, we now have adults who grew up in that program who are patrons. And that's the whole point of that program. But it's a beautiful part of what makes this event unique. And lastly, very lastly, what truly distinguishes this, I think, is the willingness of this community to step up in whatever way is necessary to make us all better. And if the festival, if we get to participate in creating an event where we get to see the best of this community, what a great way to kick off summer and to remind us of our humanity and to be able to celebrate together as a community. And I couldn't be more excited for what's coming right around the corner. So before we dismiss everybody, staff, did I miss anything?
Help yourself to some of the swag in the back.
Yeah, are you, yeah, Pops, or Randy Eastman at Pops Kettle Corn has some pretty good stuff back there, and then there's some festival swag that you're welcome to have and to share with others, stickers and koozies and pins and canvas totes, and so help yourself to those. And our staff is available if any of our media partners who help provide all of the word getting out besides our paid advertising. This event wouldn't have the awareness that it does if it wasn't for our print and electronic and radio and television media that get the word out, and we couldn't be more thankful for those partnerships. Thank you all for coming, and let's have an epic arts party in June.